This is Tainted Waters, written by Esmeralda Aka and narrated by Esmeralda Aka. The recess bell rang. The weather was gorgeous, the sun was shining, everyone was excited, playing and running around. You can hear the birds chirping overhead. I returned back to classes. Make sure to do your homework, the teachers reminded everyone. I was excited to go home. The principal said my mother wanted me to go to my grandparents' house right after school. I was happy thinking that perhaps we were going to have a party at my grandparents' house. I couldn't wait to play with my cousins. It was a perfect day to have a barbecue. The trees were rustling, and it was as if the wind was whispering to me. The bell rang, signifying classes ended. A couple of classmates walked with me until we split ways. While walking, I noticed a strange thing. Dogs were howling. It was so strange to hear dogs howling on such a beautiful day. However, I paid it no attention. We just continued talking and laughing until it was time to split up. I opened the door to my room. The house was deadly quiet. Nobody was home. "Hello? Anybody home?" I spoke into the silence. There was no answer. I shrugged and put down my backpack. I was changing my clothes when I heard the door open. "Who's there?" I asked. It was my little brother coming home from school. "Where's Mom and Dad?" he asked. "They're at Grandpa's house. They want us to go join them right now." "It's a beautiful day. Let's go swimming in the pool before we go." "But they're waiting for us," I told him. "Come on, please, just for a little bit, and then we could go, please," he begged. "Okay, fine, but only for a little bit, okay?" We ran towards the pool excitedly, saying, "Whoever jumps in the pool last is a rotten egg." I ran as fast as I could and jumped in. While I was there, I noticed something strange. The water tasted like something I couldn't decipher. The color was off too. It wasn't clear blue. My little brother asked, "What happened to the water?" I replied, "I don't know. Maybe someone spilled juice." "It looks like they spilled cranberry juice." We laughed and continued swimming. When I dove deeper into the pool, I had the strange sensation someone grabbed a hold of my feet. At the same time, I started to feel dizzy. Quickly, I dove up to the surface and inhaled. When I looked around, there was nothing down there. My brother was sitting at the edge of the pool, so it couldn't have been him playing a prank on me. I told my little brother, "Let's get out of here or else we're going to be late." We got to their house. "Party! Party!" we chanted. The door was unlocked. Everyone was silent in the kitchen, and others were in the backyard talking. I was in a state of shock when I saw a long table right in front of me in the center of the living room. On top of the table was a body. "What is this?" I asked myself. Suddenly, I feel somebody grab me from behind. I turned around and saw my mother. "Why didn't you tell me you were here?" she asked. I replied, "What is this?" She said, "This is your grandpa's body. He passed away this morning." I was stunned. She said, "We need to give him a proper goodbye." I didn't want to get too close because I was scared. It was the first time I saw a dead body. Even if it was my grandpa, I was terrified. This is a dead body, a dead man. He had a purple face and some wrinkles. His hands and nails were purple. He didn't move. I continued to stare at him and thought, this looks nothing like the grandpa I used to know. Mother said, "Go give him a kiss and tell him goodbye." I didn't know what to do. Eventually, I started walking towards him. I positioned myself at the foot of the table. I told myself, "Just do it, it's your grandpa." But I just couldn't bring myself to. Mother said, "If you don't kiss his feet, he's going to come back to haunt you." Grandpa had gone out that morning and went out with some friends. They started drinking together. After he was drunk, he decided to visit his son. Nobody was there. Far away, a neighbor was outside. She saw him walking by her house, and just from looking at him, she could tell he was drunk. Suddenly, he started stripping off his clothes. She noticed he was naked in front of a pool and preparing to dive in headfirst. The thing was, he had never gone to that pool before. The woman knew the pool was shallow and made from cement. She shouted and ran after him, but it was too late. He stayed underwater and didn't get back up. Once she reached the poolside, she screamed, for the man had cracked his cranium, and blood seeped from his head, tainting the waters. Just like that, he was dead. My genuine condolences. I'm so sorry for your loss. He's in a better place. One after another, people walked up to my mother and I and gave words of comfort. I gave them a weak smile, and eventually we left. Once we reached our house, I flopped onto my bed and fell asleep. I was in deep sleep when I felt hands gripping my legs tightly and not letting go. I opened my eyes and screamed. At the foot of my bed was my grandfather, staring at me with wide eyes and a purple face, screeching, "Get in the pool!" This has been Tainted Waters, written by Esmeralda Aka and narrated by Esmeralda Aka. Copyright 2020, Esmeralda Aka. Production copyright 2020 by Esmeralda Aka.